Oh, so you noticed the attitude, but not your actions that caused it. Weird, LOL. Nah, because ladies, this doesn't work, and if you do this, your communication sucks. If you want a man to know, A, you're mad, and B, why you're mad, then I hate to tell you this, you're gonna have to use your words to tell him, A, that you're mad, and B, why you're mad. Because first of all, correlation does not measure causation. We all know that. Second of all, you are highly underestimating the fact that all your attitudes look the same. You may not realize this, but the attitude you have when he does something wrong is the same attitude that you have when you have a dream that he cheated on you, and it's the same attitude that you have when the girl you hate gets the same hairstyle as you. So how is he supposed to know the difference? My grandpa used to have this saying, spank your kids every day. If you don't know why, they do. And I feel like a lot of women nowadays have the same attitude, but with dating, and instead it's give your man an attitude every day, and if you don't know why, he does. Except he never does. Yes, he does, Lauren. He's just playing dumb. I promise you he does not. In fact, he is not only unaware, he is blissfully unaware. He is having the time of his life while you stew away like a Krabby Patty. It does not affect him at all the way you think it does. Tell him how you feel, or you're gonna be the only one mad. I promise you. I promise you. Men say so much with their faces. Here are a few of them and what they mean. Hey. POV dating during the sassy mandemic of 2023.
Why can't you start any conversation? Like, do you even want me? Like, what do you...
Let's review the comments. Them now unfollowing too, like that's for the girls to do. I woke up this morning and was blocked. Like, he said this emoji during an argument. I texted him, what you doing? And he said, wouldn't you like to know? Nah. When he uses the eye roll emoji. Agwek says, when a man actually wants a mutual relationship. I'm pretty sure this is just a dude being facetious to see if the girlies would agree with him, and they did. So what I'm getting out of this are two conclusions. One, that men are starting to act the way women have been acting, and that two, y'all don't like it. It's almost like no one likes being treated like ass. Having respect for yourself is not just for the girls. So if setting boundaries and not tolerating disrespect is a sassy mandemic, then mask up, bitches, because it's not going away in 2 years. These are some common faces dudes make and what they mean.
My dog celebrating, thank the Lord. I've been down, I had my flaws, doing me now, praise to God. Going big gorilla on y'all, out my gauge, just get this on. I don't give no fuck. One hand with a middle finger up, enemies eat shit, you be oh bruh. I'm clutch with the game on a free throw cup, better move when I beep in the street, oh bruh. I'm clutch with the game on a free throw cup, better move when I beep in the street, oh bruh.
Yeah. Hey. This is one of the biggest things that men and women do not understand about each other. First of all, whatever the problem is, both men and women will figure it out. It's just that women have to panic before they do, and men have to dissociate before they do. You're getting mad at him because he's not panicking like you're panicking. And he either doesn't know why you're panicking or is so lost in the nothing box that he doesn't even know you're panicking. And that's why you keep fighting. Hope that helps. A quick thing I wanted to womansplain to women about men before I leave for this wedding. There is no point to physically hurting yourself holding in a fart around a dude. Okay, SparkNotes version, worst case scenario, they're just gonna laugh. Never in my life have I farted in front of a man and he was like, don't ever let me catch you doing that again. But here's a story time for why it is pointless to try to hold them in anyway. I've been with my husband for around 10 years now, and for the first 2 years that we were together, I did my damnedest to ensure that I never farted in front of this man. I was proud of this. I was so proud, in fact, that one day I decided to share this. I decided to say, you know, for the last 2 years, I have never farted in front of you. And you know what this man said to me? He said, oh, honey, you don't know about the witching hour. And I asked, what's the witching hour? And he was like, oh, dude, every morning between like 5 and 6 a.m. before you like consciously awake, you just start tearing ass all through the sheets. Big ones, little ones, bubblers, the ones that are kind of like all kinds of shit, man. And everything changed after that. I felt like a new woman. I felt like I could be fully safe with this man. 10 years. 10 years of the witching hour, and that man has still not left me, so do with that what you will, ladies. Farts are funny. Ladies, I want to bring your attention to something. These are 3 things we keep saying to guys thinking they are compliments, and they are not. Number 1, you're the perfect size. The big ones hurt. I get that you genuinely mean that, because this is a compliment in girl world. In girl world, we do experience more physical pain during intimacy than men, of course. So in girl world, of course we prefer a like-sized partner who doesn't regularly hurt us. But in man world, dagger to the heart. Whatever happy, excited thoughts he was having are now completely clouded by the giant shoe of the well-hung monster that ruined you before this moment. A good rule of thumb, no matter who you are, is just never compare your partner's body to your ex's body, ever. Second thing we keep saying that we think is a compliment and isn't: how are you still single? Again, I get why you think this is a compliment. You're basically telling him that he has all of the attributes that you find dateable, and you just are trying to express you can't understand how he hasn't been snatched up yet. It's just frustrating to the guy hearing it because he cannot answer your question, at least not politely. Because either he too has no idea why he's single, or he's single on purpose because he finds most people extremely annoying. You're trying to be nice, but what you're basically saying is, I would date a guy just like you, but not you. It doesn't register as a compliment to guys. And number 3, when you see a man with a child or doing household chores and you say, "Aw, it's so nice of you to help." Now, this often comes from women who have a history of men not participating in parenting or domestic labor, which understandable. But at the end of the day, it's just super patronizing. Guys take a lot of pride in fatherhood and their homes, so it's not just helping with someone else's stuff, it's his territory too. Definitely let guys know when they're keeping a good home or doing great with their kids, because guys really do need to hear that. But it's not helping, and it's definitely never babysitting. Womansplaining 3 hidden green flags in men that are not obvious, but you should look for them. 1, he has like an iPhone 4 or some shit. Just not a latest and greatest guy. I joke about this a lot, but the less wants and needs a man can have with women, the more successful he will be. We love a man who is trapped in the Stone Age. He's like the male equivalent of girls who don't dye their hair or get their nails done. He's like a succulent. He's very easy to maintain. And he can't cheat on you because his phone won't even update Tinder and Snapchat. 2, he pretty much eats the same thing for either breakfast or lunch every single day. And I know what you're thinking. Ew, boring. This is not very toxic alpha giga chat of him. I know, exactly. This man is a creature of habit and simple pleasures. So if he likes you, you can bet your sweet ass he's gonna keep on liking you. If you are unhealed, don't go anywhere near this guy because you're just gonna get confused why he's not trying to change anything about you or picking fights out of nowhere. But if you're ready to chill and have a guy who literally gets so excited if you so much as make spaghetti, he's a green flag. And green flag number 3, he gives you pushback. Notice I didn't say he yells at you or degrades you, but you've come to understand the man has boundaries. Greenest flag. Look, if a guy won't bend over backwards for the girl he likes, he won't do it for anyone. He will stand up to employers, random dudes disrespecting you, and overly aggressive girls at the bar. Guys who can't say no usually end up being the least loyal and the most likely to end up in a bad situation. If he doesn't let you get away with your usual crap, you should keep him around. Get out there and find the sassy, ham sandwich eating Android Galaxy S4 have-an-ass king of your dreams, girl. This is what your man's favorite common North American bird says about him. First, he needs to pick one of these. Okay, he has 6 options. 1, cardinal. 2, blue jay. 3, yellowfinch. 4, woodpecker. 5, robin. Or 6, crow. You can pause and rewind. Okay, if he picked cardinal, he's a sentimental dude. If you stick around long enough, you will see him cry. Like, he plays it cool, but he's actually a big softie. He's a hard worker and he's really nice, like so nice, but if you piss him off, he will shut you down. If he picked Blue Jay, he's kind of an asshole, but like a lovable asshole. He's your asshole. He will say whatever is on his mind, no regrets. This is both a good and bad thing. Blue Jay men are pretty much the definition of ride or die and are always down for any adventure with the homies, whether it's a 3 a.m. Meyer run or sending a dune buggy over 2 semis. If he picked Yellow Finch, he is not going to tell the waiter that they forgot his ranch. That's your job now. But he will be your emotional support human for time immemorial. Everything that you're feeling, he is feeling, and he will try to take care of it. These men are inherently curious about everything and very, very kind. Maybe too kind, but they're figuring it out. If he picked Woodpecker, he 100% loves corny action or horror movies or both. I don't make the rules. This man loves Jack Black. He loves those soda machines that let you add different flavors. He knows deep down that he is the misunderstood himbo of someone's dreams. If he picked Robin, he is the safest man alive. He has a very hireable face. He was probably an Eagle Scout and his celebrity crush is Jessica Biel. He probably has a good credit score but doesn't even pay attention to it. If he picked Crow, he is full of angst, but he will never bore you. Much like a crow, he has a knack for finding the secret treasures of the world and he will regale you with them. But then he will retire to his mopatorium to borderline self-sabotage every once a fortnight or so. It's fine. Everything's fine. I'm getting really good at this, so give me another category to womansplain men through and I'll do it. I will tell you what kind of man you have based off of which of these 5 North American birds of prey he chooses. 1. The red-tailed hawk. 2. Bald eagle. 3. Owl. 4. Turkey vulture. And 5. The kestrel. Pause and rewind, but shout out to the massive population of people who switched from red-tailed hawk to kestrel at the very end there. Some of you stayed loyal though, so we'll start with you. If he chose the red-tailed hawk, he will wear shorts all year long in any temperature. Like if it's just to run bins out, he'll even go out in the snow barefoot. There are very few things that this man actually gives a shit about, but when he does, that is his shit. If he actually likes something, he will be mad corny about it. He either knows all of the players and stats of a specific team or is super into Warhammer. There's almost no in between. You already know if he picked Bald Eagle, he's a hoorah boy through and through. He might not even be very patriotic, but something about him is giving very ready to rip his shirt off, shotgun a beer, and light something on fire, you know? He will fix your stuff. Like, he won't even ask you, you'll just find him under your sink fixing your garbage disposal because he noticed it sounded funny. The first thing about guys who picked owls is you already know that they had to ask, but which kind of owl? Are we talking barn, great horned, snowy? It matters. Question for owl guys. How do you know the most random things? Like when someone says, what is the average wingspan of an albatross? You should not be able to say 8.2 to 11 feet. That's not normal, owl guys. Guys who picked owl were the quiet kids in school who would piss off the sassy teachers, and when they would be like, yeah, you're listening, then repeat what I just said. And then he would, verbatim, word for word, and make that teacher look stupid. If you picked turkey vulture, he will be one of the most loyal people you ever meet in your life, and you will never be able to control him. You also straight up cannot hurt his feelings. Many have tried, many have failed. The toughest part about trying to bully a turkey vulture guy is that no one can make fun of him better than he can make fun of himself. And you cannot bully him into changing who he is to fit your agenda. He knows he's different and he likes it that way. Despite ending up with an often aggressive exterior, he does often feel overlooked for all of the positive things that he is trying to bring into the world. And if he picked Kestrel, there are people who hate him just because he ends up having way too good of a time in the crappiest situations. He has been tested and put under fire, and somehow he just will not become jaded. This dude either regularly runs 5Ks, has 2 to 3 different jobs, and or has demonstrated a whole new level of withstanding academic burnout. He is a fascinating but very difficult person to keep up with, both literally and figuratively. Kestrel guys, why do you walk so fast? Alright, I'm on a roll. Next up is favorite invasive species. Here's everything I can tell you about your man based off of which is his favorite of these 6 invasive species. Okay, he can choose 1 toad, 2 python, 3 ivy, 4 rat, 5, calm down boys, this isn't pizza, fire ants, or 6 cat. You can pause and rewind. Okay, if he picked toad, he is the kind of guy who routinely roots for the underdog. These guys are very non-obvious treasures in the man world because they don't like to show off, but they're extremely multifaceted. These guys are the jack of all trades. Toads are known for poisoning a lot of animals around them, but bear in mind, these are only the animals that try to eat the toad. Toads are definition, don't start no shit, won't be no shit. If he picked Python, whether he likes it or not, he is friends with crypto bros. He does know what the bull market and paper hands means. He will not be discussing any of his deep feelings outside of maybe like hunger, and even then maybe only with his mom, and even then he'd really rather not bother her. He likes to spend his free time avoiding small talk and defending to the death these old Haggerty boots he's had for the last 10 years. It's not that he doesn't have the money for the shoes, you guys just wouldn't get it. If he picked Ivy, he is a pluviophile. A pluviophile is Tumblr's word for people who want to bang thunderstorms or something. He might look pretentious or fancy, but rest assured, he wants to eat the rich. He probably loves sea shanties and his favorite artists are all dead. And he drinks black coffee while he's by himself, like not to just look edgy. If he picked Rat, he is one of the most wholesome, funniest, most unstable balls of chaos that you know. This man has some kind of consistent and chronic debilitator in his life, be it an illness or condition, a debt, or even a person or villain in his life. But somehow he's come to accept these demons and has developed the most, oh no, I'm going to hell for laughing at this dark sense of humor you have ever heard, and it's amazing. If he picked Fire Ant, this man is playing chess, not checkers. He's that one coworker who doesn't say much, but when he does, it's always a stone cold mic drop. But he would never drop a mic because he respects sound equipment. He genuinely cannot stand gossip, but he would still rather you talk about literally anyone else than ask him anything personal. He just likes to keep things close to the chest because he knows real G's keep it silent like lasagna. If he picked Cat, this man will piss you off and give no shits about doing anything he wants, but you still want him anyway. Even women who are allergic still end up liking these men. They give the best compliments and roast so savagely. These dudes are major ambiverts, so they're extroverts and introverts at the same time. When they're out and about, they will make everything 10 times more exciting, but when it's time to be alone, they will leave you on red. What category should I womansplain men through next?